Many foreign men arrive in the Philippines, dreaming of finding the perfect partner. They are quickly captivated by the warmth, kindness, and attention that Filipinas naturally give. Everything seems perfect. But is dating a Filipina really as simple and wonderful as it appears? Are you truly ready for the reality that comes with it? Today, we'll explore both the good and the bad sides of dating a Filipina, so you can make the right decision before taking the next step. When a foreign man first arrives in the Philippines, he may feel like he has stepped into a dream. The hospitality of the people, the beautiful surroundings, and the friendliness of the locals create an atmosphere where love seems easy. Filipinas, in particular, stand out because of their natural warmth and caring nature. They smile easily, laugh openly, and show genuine interest in those they meet. For many men coming from places where dating can feel complicated or cold, this sudden openness can feel like a breath of fresh air. Filipinas often take the time to get to know someone, showing care through small gestures that feel personal and meaningful. They will send sweet messages in the morning, prepare meals, and show affection without hesitation. It is no surprise that many foreign men quickly believe they have found something truly special. But while the beginning of such relationships may feel like a fairy tale, it is essential to understand that love is never without its complexities. The truth is that dating a Filipina comes with cultural expectations and relationship dynamics that may be unfamiliar. If these differences are not recognized and respected, they can become sources of frustration and misunderstanding. One of the most attractive qualities of Filipinas is their loyalty. When a Filipina falls in love, she commits deeply. She will do everything in her power to make the relationship work. Her love is expressed through actions. She cooks, takes care of her partner, and provides emotional support. Many foreign men are amazed at how dedicated their Filipina partner is. Unlike in some Western relationships, where independence is often emphasized, a Filipina values togetherness. She wants to spend time with her partner, share experiences, and build a life together. This kind of love feels refreshing and comforting. It creates a sense of security that many men have not experienced before. However, this deep devotion can also lead to challenges. A Filipina's love often comes with a desire for closeness that some foreigners may not be used to. She may want to spend most of her time with her partner, knowing where he is and what he is doing. For someone who values personal space or independence, this can feel overwhelming. The attention that once felt sweet and caring might begin to feel controlling. She may ask questions about his whereabouts, who he spends time with, and why he didn't reply to her messages immediately. These questions come from a place of love and concern, but if not handled with understanding, they can lead to feelings of suffocation. Another aspect of dating a Filipina that foreigners must be ready for is the importance of family. In Filipino culture, family is central. A Filipina is often deeply connected to her parents, siblings, and extended relatives. Their approval matters, and their opinions influence many decisions. When a foreign man enters a relationship with a Filipina, he is not only dating her but also becoming part of her family circle. While this can be a beautiful experience, being welcomed with warmth and hospitality, it can also bring complications. Her family may have expectations about how the relationship should progress. They may expect involvement in major decisions, and their approval can sometimes feel like a requirement. Financial matters are another sensitive topic that many foreign men overlook. While most Filipinas do not expect their partners to provide financially, it is common for them to feel responsible for supporting their families. This cultural expectation is deeply rooted. As the relationship progresses, a foreign partner may hear about family financial struggles, such as a sibling's education expenses or a parent's medical needs. Although these issues are shared out of trust and transparency, they can create pressure. The foreign man may feel obligated to help, especially if he loves his partner. For some, this support feels natural. For others, it may become a point of tension, especially if they feel the financial expectations are unspoken but present. Communication plays a crucial role in overcoming these challenges. Many misunderstandings occur because of a lack of open and honest discussions. A Filipina may hesitate to express her concerns directly, preferring to avoid conflict. She may stay silent when something bothers her, hoping her partner will understand without her having to say it. This can create confusion for the foreign man, who may not realize there is a problem until it becomes too big to ignore. For a relationship with a Filipina to succeed, both partners must be willing to have difficult conversations. Talking openly about finances, family involvement, and personal boundaries from the beginning can prevent many future problems. Jealousy is another factor that can become problematic if not handled properly. In Filipino culture, loyalty and faithfulness are highly valued. A Filipina wants to feel secure in her relationship, knowing that her partner is committed to her alone. Small acts of jealousy can be a sign of how much she cares. However, if these feelings are not managed, they can lead to bigger issues. A foreign man who is not used to such intense devotion may misinterpret her jealousy as mistrust. He may become defensive, which only deepens the misunderstanding. To avoid this, reassurance is key. A Filipina needs to hear that she is loved and valued. Simple gestures, consistent communication, and honesty can go a long way in making her feel secure. For some couples, marriage may seem like the natural next step. However, it is important to understand what marriage means in the Filipino context. In the Philippines, marriage is a lifelong commitment. Divorce is not legally available, and annulments are difficult and expensive. This cultural reality means that marriage is taken very seriously. A Filipina who agrees to marry a man is making a profound commitment, expecting the same in return. For foreigners, this can be both comforting and daunting. On the one hand, it means that their partner is unlikely to give up on the relationship easily. On the other, it means that leaving the relationship, should things go wrong, is not a simple process. Therefore, it is crucial to take the time to truly understand each other before making such a significant commitment. Despite these challenges, many foreign men find incredible happiness in relationships with Filipinas. The good side of dating a Filipina is filled with warmth, loyalty, and genuine love. She will stand by her partner through difficult times, support his dreams, and celebrate his successes. Her family will embrace him as one of their own, offering a sense of belonging that is hard to find elsewhere. The relationship can be deeply fulfilling, offering a partnership based on trust, care, and mutual respect. However, the bad side exists too. The intensity of the relationship, family expectations, financial considerations, and cultural differences can create tension. The key to navigating these challenges lies in preparation and understanding. A successful relationship with a Filipina is not built on romantic fantasies, but on real conversations, shared values, and mutual effort. Before entering into such a relationship, a foreign man must ask himself if he is truly ready. Is he prepared to commit not just to one person, but potentially to an entire family? Can he handle the emotional intensity that comes with a Filipina's love? Is he willing to communicate openly, even when the topics are uncomfortable? And perhaps most importantly, is he ready for the responsibilities that come with a relationship that could lead to marriage? A marriage that, in the Philippines, is expected to last a lifetime? If the answer to these questions is yes, then dating a Filipina can be one of the most rewarding experiences of a lifetime. The relationship offers the opportunity to experience love in its purest form, devoted, caring, and loyal. But if the answer is uncertain, it is better to take the time to reflect before making commitments that are not easily undone. In the end, the decision comes down to understanding. The good and bad sides of dating a Filipina are two parts of the same story. One cannot exist without the other. To enjoy the loyalty, affection, and care that a Filipina offers, one must also be ready to face the challenges that come with cultural differences, family ties, and emotional depth. Love in the Philippines is real, but it is also complex. It demands patience, respect, and effort. But for those who are truly ready, it is a love worth having. From the moment you meet a Filipina, everything feels magical. She is naturally sweet, affectionate, and genuinely interested in you. She makes you feel special with small gestures, cooking your favorite meal, sending you good morning texts, and constantly checking on you. Unlike relationships in the West, where things can feel complicated or uncertain, dating a Filipina feels straightforward, easy, and full of love. You begin to believe that you found the kind of relationship you've always dreamed of. The connection feels deep, and everything seems perfect. Her smile is genuine, her laughter infectious. When she talks to you, There's no pretense, no hesitation. She listens intently and responds with warmth. Conversations flow effortlessly, filled with laughter and light teasing. It feels refreshing, especially if you've experienced relationships where you had to second-guess feelings or intentions. She doesn't hide her emotions. If she likes you, she shows it clearly. This openness, this transparency in feelings, feels like a breath of fresh air. The way she pays attention to your likes and dislikes, how she remembers little details about you, makes you feel valued in a way that you may not have felt before. As days turn into weeks, you realize she prioritizes your happiness. She prepares your favorite dishes, even if it takes hours. She checks on you if you're feeling unwell, offering support and care that feels almost too good to be true. The way she holds your hand in public, proudly introducing you to her friends, shows that she isn't shy about expressing affection. Unlike relationships where love is guarded or shown in moderation, her love feels full, complete, and unreserved. You start to think that maybe this is what you were missing all along. Someone who gives love without conditions. You also notice that dating her doesn't come with the mind games that you might have encountered elsewhere. There's no guessing if she's interested. She makes it obvious. There's no waiting for hours or days for a reply to your messages. She responds instantly with genuine excitement. When she says she misses you, she means it. When she wants to spend time with you, she will move her schedule around just to make it happen. Everything feels so natural, as if love should have always been this simple. The emotional connection grows quickly because there's no room for doubt. Spending time together feels like the most natural thing in the world. Even when you do simple things, watching movies at home, cooking together, or just taking a walk, she makes those moments feel special. Her positivity and cheerful attitude seem to brighten up your day, no matter how ordinary it may have been. You find yourself looking forward to her messages, her voice, and her presence. You start thinking, maybe I don't need to look any further. Maybe I've finally found the woman I've been searching for. But what stands out the most is her loyalty. A Filipina's love comes with a depth of commitment that is rare. She stands by you, supporting your dreams, encouraging you during tough times, and celebrating your successes. You begin to feel that with her, you are not just loved but believed in. She sees potential in you, sometimes even when you doubt yourself. Her belief becomes a source of strength. She isn't just a partner, she's a teammate, someone who wants to see you succeed and be happy. Filipinas are also known for their patience and understanding. If you make a mistake, she doesn't react with anger or frustration. Instead, she listens, tries to understand your side, and works with you to fix things. This emotional maturity makes the relationship feel secure. You realize that arguments don't have to escalate into fights. With her, things are resolved calmly and lovingly. The relationship feels peaceful, without the drama or emotional turbulence you may have experienced before. She values the relationship deeply and works hard to nurture it. She doesn't take love lightly. She sees a future with you, and it's evident in the way she talks about her dreams. She mentions places she would love to visit with you, future plans she hopes to share, and sometimes conversations about family and marriage naturally arise. These aren't demands. Rather, they come from a place of genuine hope and belief in the future of the relationship. It feels like everything is falling into place. You start meeting her family, and this is where you truly understand the depth of her commitment. Family plays a central role in Filipino culture. When she introduces you to them, it's a sign that she is serious about you. Her family welcomes you with warmth and curiosity, offering food and stories. You realize that dating her isn't just about being with one person, it's about becoming part of a close-knit unit. Her family's acceptance feels like a blessing, and their warmth adds another layer of comfort to the relationship. Her respect for family values is reflected in how she treats you. She is thoughtful, always making sure you are comfortable, always attentive to your needs. She brings you into her world, sharing her traditions and customs. From family gatherings to celebrating local festivals, she includes you in all aspects of her life. You begin to see how her upbringing has shaped her loving and caring nature. The cultural richness adds a unique flavor to the relationship, making it even more special. Her sense of responsibility is another quality that shines. She works hard, not just for herself but often for her family too. Many Filipinas feel a deep sense of duty toward their loved ones, and this dedication extends to their relationships. You see that same determination in how she supports you, encouraging you to pursue your goals. She becomes your biggest cheerleader, believing in your potential, sometimes more than you do yourself. This unwavering support builds a sense of partnership that feels stronger than anything you've experienced before. Even her smallest actions speak volumes about her affection. She remembers your favorite coffee, surprises you with handwritten notes, and celebrates even your smallest achievements. She takes joy in seeing you happy. These gestures may seem simple, but they carry deep meaning. They show that she pays attention, that she genuinely cares. With her, love is not just spoken. It's shown in everyday actions. The emotional connection deepens as trust builds between you. There's no need for elaborate dates or expensive gifts. A quiet evening at home feels just as special because you're with someone who values your presence more than anything. You realize that the best moments are often the simplest ones, sharing stories, cooking meals together, or just sitting in comfortable silence. With her, you find peace. Over time, you begin to understand that her love is built on more than just affection. It's built on respect, understanding, and partnership. She doesn't just love you for what you do for her. She loves you for who you are. She accepts your flaws, supports your dreams, and stands by you through challenges. This acceptance creates a safe space where you can truly be yourself. The relationship feels balanced. She gives without expecting anything in return, but you find yourself wanting to give back because of how deeply she loves. It becomes a cycle of giving and receiving, where both partners feel valued and appreciated. The connection grows stronger with each passing day. Her optimism and positive outlook on life are contagious. She sees beauty in the little things and finds reasons to smile even on difficult days. Her laughter brings lightness to the relationship, reminding you not to take life too seriously. This positivity becomes the glue that holds the relationship together during tough times. As the months pass, you begin to imagine a future together. You think about building a life with her, knowing that she will always be by your side. The idea of commitment no longer feels daunting because you know what you have is real. You realize that with her, love doesn't have to be complicated. It can be simple, pure, and lasting. You recognize that this relationship is unlike any other you've had before. The emotional connection, the cultural depth, and the mutual respect create a bond that feels unbreakable. With her, you found not just a partner but a best friend, a teammate, and a confidant. You realize that love, in its truest form, is about finding someone who accepts you, supports you, and loves you without conditions. The connection you share feels deep and authentic. The days you spend together feel meaningful, filled with love, laughter, and understanding. You no longer question if you've found the right person. You know, the relationship you once dreamed of has become your reality. With her by your side, life feels complete. But as time goes on, reality begins to reveal itself. Small issues start appearing. What once felt like loving attention can begin to feel possessive. She may start asking where you are, who you're with, and what you're doing every day. At first, these questions may seem sweet and caring, almost flattering. It feels good to be wanted, to have someone who genuinely cares about your day and your whereabouts. However, over time, you start noticing that the questions become more frequent and more detailed. If you don't respond to her messages immediately, she may become anxious or upset. She might wonder why you were offline for a few hours or why you didn't answer her call. It begins to feel less like affection and more like monitoring. Jealousy can creep in, subtly at first. It may begin with small comments about your female friends or coworkers. She might question why another woman liked your photo on social media or why you talked to someone at a gathering. At first, it seems harmless, even endearing, proof that she values the relationship. But slowly, it starts to feel suffocating. You may find yourself avoiding interactions or explaining innocent situations more than you expected. What began as a loving, open relationship can start feeling like a cycle of constant reassurance. This need for reassurance can become emotionally draining. You begin to notice patterns. If you don't say "I love you" enough, she wonders if your feelings have changed. If you spend time alone or with friends, she may suspect that you're losing interest. The relationship, which once felt light and natural, begins to feel like a responsibility. You realize that maintaining trust requires constant validation. Each day becomes a delicate balance of reassuring her feelings while trying to keep your own sense of freedom and independence. Then there's the family dynamic. In the Philippines, family always comes first. In the early stages of your relationship, meeting her family might have felt like a warm and welcoming experience. They greet you with open arms, offering you meals, sharing stories, and treating you as one of their own. This closeness might initially seem comforting, a sign that you are truly part of her life. However, as the relationship deepens, you start to see that family involvement is more significant than you had imagined. Her family may become more involved in your relationship than you expected. Decisions you thought would be made between the two of you may require family approval. Conversations about future plans, living arrangements, or even day-to-day choices may include input from her parents or siblings. While this is normal in Filipino culture, it may feel intrusive if you're not prepared for it. The family's opinion can influence your relationship more than you anticipated. If they disapprove of something, it might cause friction between you and your partner. Financial responsibilities may also arise. In the Philippines, it's common for individuals to support their families, especially if they are in a position to do so. As your relationship progresses, you may start hearing about family struggles. Perhaps her younger sibling needs money for school fees, or her parents require medical assistance. Initially, these issues may be presented casually, with no direct request for help. However, there's often an unspoken expectation that you, as her partner, will step in to provide support. You may find yourself in situations where you feel compelled to help. At first, it might feel good to contribute, to feel like you're making a difference in the lives of people who have welcomed you. But as time goes on, these financial responsibilities can begin to weigh heavily. More needs arise: repairs for the family home, contributions to community events, or emergency expenses. Each request feels reasonable on its own, but together, they add up. You may start to feel like you're not just in a relationship with her, but with her entire family. This financial dynamic can create tension if not addressed early on. You may begin to wonder, is your partner with you because of love or because of what you can provide? The line between emotional support and financial obligation becomes blurred. It's a difficult question because in Filipino culture, love and family support are often intertwined. Providing for family is seen as a duty, and if you're seen as capable of helping, there's an expectation that you will. This can be challenging for someone unfamiliar with this cultural norm. You might also notice changes in how your partner interacts with you. The woman who once seemed content with simple things might now appear to expect more: better living arrangements, expensive gifts, or regular financial assistance. These changes can feel sudden, leaving you confused and unsure about the future of the relationship. If you express concerns, she may insist that these expectations are normal, especially if the relationship is serious. In some cases, discussions about marriage might come up sooner than expected, bringing even more responsibilities. Marriage in the Philippines carries significant cultural weight. It's not just a union between two individuals, it's a bond between families. With no legal divorce available in the country, marriage is viewed as a lifelong commitment. This means that the responsibilities you take on don't end with the wedding, they continue throughout the marriage. If you're not prepared for this level of commitment, it can lead to regret. Some foreigners, swept up in the romance of the early stages, rush into marriage without fully understanding these implications. Later, they find themselves feeling trapped in situations they didn't anticipate. Beyond family and financial expectations, cultural differences in communication and conflict resolution may also emerge. Filipinos are often raised to avoid confrontation. If there's an issue, they may not express it directly. Instead, they might become distant or withdrawn, leaving you to guess what's wrong. Misunderstandings can build up over time if issues aren't addressed properly. You may find yourself in situations where you thought everything was fine, only to discover that your partner has been quietly upset for weeks. These cultural nuances can be challenging to navigate. A foreign man who expects open, direct communication may feel confused or frustrated. Meanwhile, a Filipina who expects her partner to understand unspoken feelings may feel neglected or uncared for. The gap between these expectations can create a cycle of misunderstanding and hurt. If not handled with sensitivity, these issues can erode the foundation of the relationship. There may also be differences in life goals and expectations for the future. While you might see the relationship as a gradual journey, she might expect a quicker progression toward marriage and family. If you're not ready for these steps, it can lead to tension. She might interpret hesitation as a lack of seriousness or commitment. On the other hand, rushing into decisions without being fully prepared can result in long-term dissatisfaction. Social expectations also play a role. In Filipino society, there's often a perception that foreign men are wealthy and capable of providing a better life. This perception can lead to unrealistic expectations, both from your partner and her family. Even if your partner doesn't hold these beliefs, societal pressure can influence her behavior and choices. You may find yourself constantly trying to balance genuine love and cultural assumptions. Another reality that may surface is the impact of long-distance relationships. Many foreigners meet Filipinas during visits to the Philippines, leading to relationships that must be maintained across borders. Long-distance dynamics bring their own set of challenges: time zone differences, communication gaps, and the strain of being apart. The trust and reassurance required in these situations are even greater. Jealousy and insecurity can become amplified when distance is involved, and misunderstandings can escalate quickly. Over time, the romantic ideal of the relationship may begin to fade as these realities take center stage. The daily maintenance of trust, navigating family dynamics, addressing financial expectations, and bridging cultural differences become part of the relationship's fabric. What once seemed effortless now requires conscious effort and understanding. However, these challenges do not mean that relationships with Filipinas are doomed to fail. Many couples successfully navigate these complexities and build strong, lasting partnerships. The key lies in preparation, communication, and mutual respect. Understanding that love alone is not enough is crucial. Relationships thrive when both partners are willing to understand each other's backgrounds, expectations, and limitations. To navigate these realities successfully, open and honest communication is essential. Discussing boundaries regarding family involvement and financial support early in the relationship can prevent misunderstandings later. Taking the time to understand each other's cultural perspectives on love, marriage, and family roles creates a solid foundation. Being patient and willing to learn from each other's differences fosters growth and trust. Ultimately, the perfect romance begins to show its complexities because real love involves facing and overcoming challenges. Are you prepared for these responsibilities? The question is not meant to discourage, but to encourage reflection. If you are ready to approach the relationship with understanding, patience, and commitment, the bond you build with a Filipina can be profoundly rewarding. The love and loyalty that Filipinas offer are genuine, but sustaining that love requires effort, respect, and a willingness to grow together. For some foreign men, these challenges lead to misunderstandings, frustration, and even heartbreak. A Filipina who once seemed affectionate and caring might become distant if she feels neglected. The warmth that made the relationship feel magical at the beginning starts to fade, replaced by uncertainty and confusion. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual change. Small misunderstandings build up, turning into bigger issues when not addressed. The relationship that once felt effortless now feels like hard work. Cultural differences, if not properly understood, become significant obstacles. For many foreigners, the Filipino way of expressing emotions and handling conflicts is unfamiliar. In Filipino culture, confrontation is often avoided. Instead of openly addressing issues, a Filipina might become quiet or withdrawn when upset. She may hope that her partner will recognize her feelings without her having to say a word. For a foreign man who expects direct communication, this can be confusing. He may assume that everything is fine when, in reality, his partner is silently dealing with hurt feelings. The lack of clear communication creates a gap that widens over time, leading to frustration on both sides. These misunderstandings are compounded by differing expectations about the relationship's future. A Filipina might view the relationship as a serious, long-term commitment, expecting it to lead to marriage. In contrast, the foreign man may still be exploring the relationship, wanting to take things slowly. Without discussing these expectations openly, assumptions fill the void. The Filipina might interpret the man's hesitation as a lack of commitment, while the man might feel pressured into decisions he isn't ready to make. This mismatch in expectations creates tension, making it difficult for the relationship to progress smoothly. Some foreigners believe that marriage will solve these issues. They think that formalizing the relationship will provide the security and reassurance their partner needs. However, marriage in the Philippines is a profound commitment with cultural and legal implications. Unlike in many Western countries, divorce is not legally available in the Philippines. Annulments are possible but expensive, complicated, and time-consuming. The process requires proving that the marriage was invalid from the start, which can be difficult and emotionally draining. For foreigners unaware of these legal realities, marriage becomes a binding agreement with no easy exit. As the relationship progresses into marriage, the challenges become more pronounced. The expectations of family involvement often increase. In Filipino culture, marriage is not just between two people but between two families. The foreign husband might find himself expected to provide financial support not only for his wife but also for her family. These obligations can become overwhelming, especially if they were not discussed beforehand. The sense of responsibility can shift the dynamic of the relationship from a partnership to an obligation. The romantic connection that brought the couple together begins to feel like a burden. The emotional distance that develops when expectations are not met can be difficult to bridge. A Filipina who feels neglected or unappreciated may withdraw emotionally, becoming less affectionate and communicative. Her once joyful demeanor may change, and the relationship loses the warmth that made it special. The foreign husband, in turn, might feel rejected and confused, not understanding where things went wrong. The lack of emotional connection leads to a cycle of frustration and blame, making it harder to resolve the underlying issues. Financial matters further complicate the relationship. For many Filipinos, supporting family members is a deeply ingrained responsibility. If the foreign husband is seen as financially capable, he may be expected to contribute. Even if the requests for financial help are subtle, the pressure can be immense. If the husband refuses or expresses hesitation, it can be interpreted as a lack of care or commitment. The financial strain, combined with emotional distance, adds another layer of difficulty. What was once a relationship based on love and companionship now feels transactional and burdensome. The foreign man might begin to feel trapped. He entered the relationship seeking love, connection, and partnership, but now finds himself weighed down by responsibilities he did not anticipate. The cultural differences that once seemed charming become sources of resentment. The relationship that felt like a dream begins to feel like an obligation. With divorce not being an option in the Philippines, the sense of entrapment becomes more profound. The possibility of annulment offers little comfort due to its complexity and cost. The reality sets in that the marriage is a lifelong commitment, regardless of personal happiness or compatibility. At this point, many relationships break. The initial spark that brought the couple together fades under the weight of unmet expectations and unresolved issues. The lack of understanding about cultural norms, family obligations, and legal implications takes its toll. The foreign man might distance himself emotionally or physically, spending more time away from home. The Filipina, feeling abandoned, might turn to her family for support, further deepening the divide. Communication breaks down completely, and the relationship becomes a mere formality. This breakdown is not always dramatic. Often, it happens quietly. The couple continues their daily routines, but the emotional connection is gone. They share a home but not a life. The relationship survives in form but not in substance. For both parties, this realization is painful. The dreams they had at the beginning of the relationship seem distant and unattainable. The love that once felt so real is now overshadowed by disappointment and regret. For some, the decision to separate becomes inevitable. However, given the legal context in the Philippines, separation does not bring closure. Without the option of divorce, the couple remains legally bound. The foreign man might choose to return to his home country, leaving his Filipina partner behind. The emotional scars from the failed relationship linger, affecting future relationships and personal well-being. The Filipina, too, carries the weight of the failed marriage, facing societal judgment and personal disappointment. The root of these broken relationships often lies in unrealistic expectations. The foreign man, enchanted by the initial warmth and affection, assumes that love alone is enough. He underestimates the cultural differences that shape relationship dynamics. The Filipina, believing that the foreign man offers a path to a better life, may overlook fundamental incompatibilities. Both parties enter the relationship with hopes and dreams, but without a clear understanding of the responsibilities and challenges involved. The solution to these issues lies in preparation and communication. Relationships between foreigners and Filipinos can be beautiful and fulfilling, but they require work. Open discussions about expectations, family involvement, financial responsibilities, and future plans are essential. Understanding the cultural context of the relationship prevents misunderstandings and sets a solid foundation for the future. Patience is crucial. Rushing into marriage without addressing potential challenges often leads to regret. Mutual respect is the cornerstone of any successful relationship. For the foreign man, this means respecting the cultural values and family ties that are important to his Filipina partner. For the Filipina, it means understanding the cultural background and personal boundaries of her partner. When both parties are willing to learn from each other and adapt, the relationship can overcome challenges and thrive. Trust and emotional connection must be nurtured continuously. The affection and care that mark the early stages of the relationship should not fade with time. Both partners must remain attentive to each other's needs, offering reassurance and support. Recognizing and addressing issues early prevents them from escalating into insurmountable problems. Relationships that stand the test of time are those built on realistic expectations. Love is not a solution to all problems. It is a starting point. Building a life together requires compromise, understanding, and effort. For foreigners considering a relationship with a Filipina, the question is not whether the love is real, but whether they are ready for the realities that come with it. Ultimately, the relationships that succeed are those where love is accompanied by a willingness to grow together. Cultural differences, family expectations, and legal complexities are part of the journey. Embracing these challenges with openness and understanding transforms potential obstacles into opportunities for deeper connection. Love becomes not just a feeling but a commitment, a choice made every day. For those who take the time to understand these dynamics, the reward is a relationship filled with loyalty, affection, and genuine partnership. The journey may not always be easy, but the love shared between two people willing to face challenges together is one of the most fulfilling experiences life can offer. So, what is the truth? The truth is that dating a Filipina can be one of the most rewarding experiences of your life, if you are prepared. The good side is real: love, loyalty, and commitment that are hard to find elsewhere. Filipinos are known for their warmth, compassion, and dedication to their partners. Their love is expressed through thoughtful actions, unwavering support, and deep emotional connection. Many foreigners are drawn to these qualities, believing that they have finally found a relationship built on genuine care and respect. However, this fulfilling experience comes with its own set of challenges: cultural expectations, family involvement, and emotional intensity. These challenges are not insurmountable, but they require understanding, patience, and effort. If you take your time, communicate openly, and truly understand the reality, you can build a relationship that lasts a lifetime. The journey begins with recognizing that love is not just about shared feelings, but also about understanding each other's worlds. Filipino culture places a high value on family, tradition, and loyalty. When you enter a relationship with a Filipina, you are not just dating an individual. You are stepping into a cultural context that shapes her values and decisions. Her family will likely play a significant role in her life, and their opinions may influence your relationship. Understanding this dynamic is essential. If you view family involvement as interference rather than a cultural expression of care, misunderstandings will arise. Emotional intensity is another aspect of dating a Filipina that requires preparation. Filipinas are known for their affectionate and expressive nature. They value emotional closeness and open communication. This intensity is often seen in their desire for regular check-ins, expressions of love, and deep conversations about the future. For someone used to a more reserved approach to relationships, This level of emotional engagement may feel overwhelming at first. However, this intensity is a testament to their commitment. It reflects a desire for a secure and lasting bond. Embracing this emotional openness can lead to a deeper, more meaningful connection. However, rushing into such a relationship without understanding these nuances can lead to disappointment. Some foreigners are captivated by the initial charm and affection, mistaking it for a fairy tale romance. They move too quickly, believing that the intensity of the early stages will sustain the relationship. But without addressing cultural differences, family expectations, and personal goals, the relationship may falter. It is easy to fall for the fantasy, but sustaining a relationship requires facing reality. Communication is the cornerstone of a successful relationship with a Filipina. Discussing expectations early on can prevent future misunderstandings. Topics such as financial responsibilities, family involvement, and future plans should be addressed openly. Many relationships struggle because these conversations are delayed until problems arise. By setting clear boundaries and understanding each other's perspectives, couples can navigate potential challenges with greater ease. Communication also means being honest about your intentions. A Filipino will appreciate clarity about where the relationship is headed. Ambiguity can lead to insecurity, especially in a culture where long-term commitment is highly valued. Patience is equally important. Building a lasting relationship takes time. Getting to know your partner's background, understanding her family dynamics, and learning about her cultural values cannot be rushed. Taking the time to build trust and connection lays a strong foundation for the future. Patience also means respecting the pace at which your partner wants the relationship to progress. Some Filipinos may prefer to take things slowly, ensuring that the relationship is built on solid ground. Rushing into marriage or cohabitation without this understanding can lead to regrets later. The reality of dating a Filipina also involves addressing financial dynamics. In many Filipino families, supporting relatives is seen as a shared responsibility. If your partner contributes to her family's welfare, this is a reflection of her values and loyalty. However, this can become a point of tension if expectations are not discussed. Financial conversations can be uncomfortable, but they are necessary. Understanding each other's views on money, responsibilities, and future goals prevents misunderstandings that could strain the relationship. It's important to distinguish between cultural expectations and personal boundaries, ensuring that both partners feel respected and understood. Trust is another pillar of a successful relationship. Jealousy can sometimes emerge, especially in long-distance relationships or when cultural misunderstandings occur. Building trust takes time and consistent effort. Reassuring your partner, being transparent about your actions, and demonstrating reliability are key. Trust also means believing in your partner's intentions and being open about your own. Without trust, even the strongest emotional connection can weaken. One of the most rewarding aspects of dating a Filipina is experiencing her culture firsthand. The Philippines has a rich cultural heritage, with traditions that emphasize family, respect, and community. Participating in family gatherings, celebrating local festivals, and understanding cultural practices can deepen your bond. These experiences provide insight into your partner's upbringing and values. They also offer opportunities to create shared memories that strengthen the relationship. Embracing these cultural elements shows respect for your partner's identity and fosters a sense of belonging. However, cultural differences can also present challenges. Communication styles, gender roles, and relationship expectations may differ from what you are accustomed to. For instance, some Filipinos may have traditional views on marriage and family, expecting the man to take on certain responsibilities. Others may be more modern in their outlook. Understanding where your partner stands and finding common ground is essential. Cultural sensitivity means being willing to adapt without compromising your own values. It's about finding a balance that works for both partners. Another aspect to consider is the legal context of relationships in the Philippines. Marriage is a significant commitment, and unlike in many Western countries, divorce is not an option. Annulments are possible but involve a lengthy and costly process. This legal reality underscores the importance of careful consideration before entering into marriage. For foreigners unfamiliar with these legal constraints, it's crucial to understand the long-term implications. Marriage in the Philippines is not just a romantic milestone, it's a binding contract with deep cultural and legal significance. This brings us back to the question, are you really ready for the reality of dating a Filipina? Being ready means more than being attracted to someone or enjoying their company. It means being prepared to understand and respect their culture, family ties, and values. It means being patient, communicative, and willing to navigate challenges together. It means being honest about your intentions and committed to building a partnership based on trust and respect. The reward for this preparation is a relationship that offers profound love and companionship. Filipinas are known for their loyalty and dedication. When they love deeply and sincerely. They stand by their partners through thick and thin, offering support, care, and encouragement. This level of commitment is rare and precious. For those willing to invest the time and effort, the result is a relationship built on mutual respect and deep emotional connection. The journey will not always be easy. There will be misunderstandings, cultural adjustments, and moments of doubt. But these challenges are opportunities for growth. Overcoming them together strengthens the bond, creating a relationship that is resilient and enduring. Love with a Filipina is not just about romance. It's about partnership. It's about building a life together, grounded in shared values and dreams. For those who rush in blindly, believing only in the fantasy, the outcome can be disappointing. The initial charm and excitement may fade when faced with real-world challenges. Without preparation, the relationship may become strained, leading to regret and heartbreak. However, for those who approach the relationship with understanding and care, the rewards are immeasurable. The connection, loyalty, and love that Filipinas offer are unparalleled, providing a partnership that can stand the test of time. So, before you take the next step, reflect on what you've learned. Are you ready to embrace the cultural differences? Are you willing to communicate openly and honestly? Are you prepared for the responsibilities that come with such a committed relationship? If the answer is yes, then you are on the path to experiencing one of the most rewarding relationships of your life. But if there are doubts, take the time to address them. True love waits for those who are ready to receive it fully. In the end, the choice is yours. Dating a Filipina can be a beautiful journey, filled with love, laughter, and shared dreams. But it is a journey that requires preparation, patience, and understanding. Approach it with the right mindset, and you will discover a love that is genuine, loyal, and lasting. A love worth every effort.